I am at the Timms Ford State Park camping out for a couple of days, and I'm making a big video for the Life in Motion Diaries channel, but I wanted to make a separate video for this channel that won't be over there. So I drove back up here to the visitor center, and I walked through the nature center. And it's really interesting. It's very small, but it's really interesting. It gives you sort of an idea of the kind of wildlife that's here at the park. It gives you an idea of the different plants that are here at the park. And they have a hawk up there and a couple of owls that are in cages that you can look at and see. Very, very beautiful birds. And I am taking a little tour down this path to, I think I'm on the right path, to a couple of suspension bridges. And you'll see these little signs here all the way down through the path. These signs are telling a story. It started a couple of signs back up before where I got here. And each sign adds to the story. So it's a really nice place for kids because it's a story that would appeal to kids about birds and the farm life here and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to keep walking, and hopefully I will wind up at a suspension bridge. Now, even though out here I have absolutely zero cell signal from my phone, there's a couple of places I can walk to from my campsite where I get like half a bar, maybe a bar if I'm lucky. And there's no Wi-Fi anywhere. Not at the visitor center, not at the check-in place, nowhere. But most of the trails here are paved, so they've spent some money. There's a lot of trails here that are bike trails. This would be one of them as well, although this one's kind of worn, not really in great shape. And where I'm camping over at the main campground, there are several places there who have electric bikes. One has an electric bike the size of my Hosco 14-inch, and it has a baby seat on the back, or child seat I should say. I couldn't carry a child on mine, but you know, but most of them are 20-inch regular size bicycles. And I really think that as time goes on, I may have to invest in one if I'm going to do this camping thing very often, because once I get my car set up with the awning out, which I've not done here, but once I get that set up, I don't want to leave in the car. But having a bicycle to get around the campground and go different places would be kind of fun. I'm going to take mine out here in a little while, but in the meantime, we're still searching for a suspension bridge. Well, I'm at the end of this trail, and it's clear that I took the wrong trail. There was a little small footpath before I got to this trail, and I think that's where I was supposed to be. So I'm going to go back. We're going to head down that trail, see what we get. But in the meantime, isn't this beautiful? All right, so I'm back at the visitor center where I started, and I found the trail I'm supposed to be on. I just wish they'd put up a sign where it would have been easier to find. This is the nature center that I was at. And this is an entrance to this trail from the parking lot where I'm parked. Okay, this is the first of two suspension bridges, and this one is actually quite nice. I'm going to keep the camera on while I cross it, but it's going to be bouncing up and down while I'm on the bridge, so just overlook that. All right, that was pretty cool. It really didn't get real bouncy until I was almost past, I was actually past the middle and almost to the other end. That's when it started getting really bad. And there was a lady there with a dog waiting for me to get off the bridge, so I stopped videoing then. But there's another one somewhere down here. And this trail goes along the waterfront. So let me turn this around. So the trail follows the water. We were over there on the other side, on the other trail. And it's really nice. This is a nice park. Now, I have walked a long way around this trail, and I've crossed 3 wooden bridges thinking that I was wrong about a second suspension bridge, but I wasn't. All right, I'm headed back up to the car park. I'm gonna head back over to my camping spot. I'm gonna grab a bottle of water with Element in it and kick back for a while before I do anything else. So I'm a little dehydrated, a little parched, but it's been a fun walk. Hope you've enjoyed this view around sort of a remote, secluded part of Timms Ford Park. I am on my way back to the car park, and I crossed the Marble Plains Loop Trail, which goes up near the Marble Plains Baptist Church. But I'm crossing that trail to keep going back to where I was. But there's an overlook here with this view. Let me zoom in here. This is just beautiful. Just beautiful. Now, I could sit down here for a while, but I'm afraid if I sit down, I won't get back up. So I'm going to keep going, because back at my car, I have some water. And I cannot tell you how much I wish I had brought the water on this trail. All right, I'm back at the parking lot finally. I thought I was doing about a 2 or 2.5 mile out and back loop. Somewhere along the line, I took a wrong turn. I've got some wind blowing through here, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. I wound up doing almost 6 miles. I have nearly 12,000 steps today, and it's just now noon. So I have my Element water. Don't pay any attention to this. I buy this because it has a larger mouth on it, so I can refill it easily out of the sink. I'm going to rehydrate here for just a little bit. Then I'm going to go back to my campsite. I'm really done this time. So we'll see you tomorrow.